Hi everyone, this is Ula from Career Angels, and I'm here today to talk to you about the hidden job market, which in our case means hand-picked job ads which are published on LinkedIn but in difficult to find or non-obvious places. And we focus on job ads which are published in English because they're aimed at international candidates and particularly senior candidates with at least 10 years of experience. We publish a weekly selection of such job ads on our LinkedIn group, The Hidden Job Market for Experienced Managers in Europe. And today I wanted to show you a couple of examples from this week's list. So let's have a look. Both of our examples today take us to the gaming world. The first company we're looking at is Ubisoft. They're a producer of Assassin's Creed, but also a lot of other games, different types of games as well. They're looking for VP Global Employee Relations, based in Montreuil, France. And the basic, the core description of the job includes creating employee relations policies, practices, procedures, processes, in consultation and collaboration with senior HR business partners, with business leaders around the world. Also serving as a primary point of contact for stakeholders around the organization in all things employee relations related. So that's the core elements of the job. In order to be able to perform the role, you should have at least 15 years of experience. You should know about international employment laws, including French labor relations. That would be a plus. You should also understand the specificities of the gaming industry, including crunch, which is a term unique to the industry. And it means something that happens just before the release of the game, where you have to really work a lot, sometimes non-stop for a prolonged period of time. And it might generate some issues, risks, or conflicts. And if you look at the key skills for this position, they do include creative conflict resolution, resolving complex employee relations. So that gives you an idea of what might happen. It also involves being able to develop and write good policies that prevent these issues in the future. If you're interested, click apply on LinkedIn and you will be taken to an external platform. And if you look closely at the job description here, you will see that in the URL, but also on the right hand side of the job description, you can see Smart Recruiters. So that's not the name of the company, that's Ubisoft. Smart Recruiters is a provider of applicant tracking system solutions, and seeing their name here on the application platform means that your CV will be screened by artificial intelligence before it reaches human eyes. So it's really good to know that. I'll tell you a bit more about this in a second. But first, let's look at the second example. Again, the gaming industry. V4 Multi-Gaming Organization in Austria are looking for a chief creative officer who would be working remotely. So that's something, it's something interesting, I think, for someone who's interested in working from home, even beyond the lockdowns. The main tasks, the core task, is basically to organize the creative department, to collaborate with marketing, the CMO, on social media designs, or on the external appearance or branding for the company, planning videos and graphics, merchandising for the organization, but also for its players, because this is an esports focused organization, so the players are part of the community. You should also be really someone who likes to develop themselves, so someone who follows trends and developments in the field of creativity, but also in esports, in the whole industry. So someone who really trains and researches things on their own. In terms of requirements, you should speak fluent German and English. You should know esports and be interested in esports big time. You should use Adobe Photoshop and After Effects, and you should be comfortable with an Office 365 environment. Here the application is done through LinkedIn, so you will be using your profile instead of a CV. So what that means, it should be up to date and up to scratch. I mentioned ATS systems, and I like to really recommend our step-by-step free guide to preparing an ATS compliant CV, which contains a lot of really interesting information about how artificial intelligence thinks or doesn't think even sometimes. Now, if you want to find the full list of job ads like the ones that I showed you today, we have 52 this week. Inside the LinkedIn group that I mentioned earlier, you will find a post That contains a link to our blog where the full list with more details is published. On our website, you can find information about free career consultations and free CV reports, very much recommended if you're looking for a job. And going back to the LinkedIn group, the name is Hidden Job Market for Experienced Managers in Europe. If you know someone who would like to join and they're a senior candidate, they're very welcome to send us a request. We'd be happy to have them on board. And that's it. So if you have any questions about the group, about the list of job ads, about anything that I mentioned in the video, send me a message or leave me a comment. Otherwise, have a very good rest of the week. Take care.